super. We're live. Mortgage Talk. Woo! Hi, Melissa.
Hey, Kathy. Hey, everyone.
Hey, hopefully everybody had a really great VD weekend. So I always say happy VD. That's not very nice. That's what I say. So
A
Valentine's
lot of
Day,
young people wouldn't know what that means anymore.
isn't that
It's an
probably
older
true?
term.
Yeah, that's really possible. So anyway, happy Valentine's, everybody. Hopefully you had a great weekend and you're off to a great start. And you want to know, how on earth could I possibly pay my house off sooner? That's just not possible. And we're talking about massively sooner potentially. So I'm very excited to talk about a program we call Home Select. It's an all-in-one program, which is a first lien position home equity line of credit. And some of you might say, I've had lines of credit, or I have one in first lien. I'm guessing you have never seen this one. That would be my guess. This is actually in first lien position, and you have a checking account that's attached to it, and it sweeps every night at midnight. If you've had that already and you've got one now, you can click me off or go tell everybody, go see Kathy because she's got that product and you want it. So if you haven't heard of that and known where it's the compounded interest effect, right, where it's sweeping every night, then you want to stay tuned and take a look. All right, Melissa, if you want to go ahead and share the screen, I will share how we're going to look at a cash out refinance and see how that
All right,
goes.
I've shared so you can share.
All right, let's see if I'm capable of doing this. We'll give it a go. Can you see it?
It's loading. Yep, perfect.
All right, wonderful.
Nailed it.
All right. See, I'm even trainable, even at this very young age. It's great. So what I wanted to talk about just in general is that, this is an example. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a credit whatever person. I'm a mortgage loan officer for 30 years. And yeah, 30 years. I know I am young. I started when I was 10. So, but on this, we're going to look at a value of a home at 400,000, and we're going to look at an 80% loan to value at 320,000. We're going to pay off some debt. And this is an example. So bear with me as I go. So in this example, you pay off your mortgage. This mortgage is at 3.5% interest, and we're going to pay off some consumer debt, a car payment at $690, a credit card payments totaling $475, and student loans at $230 a month. Okay, and that totals to about $1,395. So we're going to pay that off. That way you can also qualify for this loan, because this loan is not for everyone. You need a really good credit score. You also need to be 40% or under in your debt ratio. There are some other qualifiers that might work, but that's what you need. And you need to have some reserves. So like a 401k, savings, IRA, stocks, something that potentially could be liquid. Okay, so if you don't have those things, then you still want to call me and we can help you, talk to you, and see what you need to do to get there so that you can get this loan. I really just believe this loan is what we should be teaching in high school, so that when kids come out of high school, they're working, maybe staying at home, saving their money so they can have 10 to 20% down on their own home, get this loan and pay it off in more than likely 10 years or younger or less. It just depends, but it's credible. So watch how this goes. We're going to do a cash out refi on your primary residence, okay, versus an existing traditional loan that's been out for 5 years, so 3.5%, right? All of you who are on the fence, it is time to jump off that darn fence. Don't get any splinters, but it's time to jump off, all right? So we are looking at the 70 months is how long you've had it. You've had it 5 years. You don't want to leave it. They call it the golden handcuffs. No, don't do it. Okay, let's do it. Let's rip the Band-Aid off and show you what happens. So we're comparing it to a payment of 1,636 approximately. So then we're going to look at what are the deposits. Again, it's an example. After you take your taxes, what's your take-home money? In this case, your take-home money is $8,000 a month, and that's monthly. And you also have been saving. You actually don't spend all your money, which is really, really good. You live below your means, which is usually somebody in this category of buyer or refinancer. And so you actually have $10,000 you're going to actually deposit one time in here, which lowers that balance, which helps this loan. And it's going to work for you, which is great. So now let's go to the next screen. So the average deposits, like we said, is 8,000. Now, what this computer does, it's called a simulator. It says, okay, they're comparing it to the mortgage payment, principal and interest of 1,600 and plus, and then property taxes and insurance at 541. I'm just going to leave that number in there. Yours might be higher, yours might be lower. Again, it's an estimate. What that means though is it leaves you 28 for your bill, well, excuse me, 2,800 to live on monthly because we're paying off your bills. So you actually have an extra 2,900 that's going to be in this account as a savings. So basically your 1,600, your 541, and the 2,900 are going to sit into this account every single month. And you're going to spend your 2,800 for gas, electricity, food. Again, everybody's different. This is an example. So this is how this one goes. We're going to calculate that. And guess what it's going to tell us? Oh my goodness. You can pay that house off in 7.8 years when you still have 24.2 years left, right? So if you stay with that 30-year fixed at 3.5, not only will you pay it off in 24 years, you might still have that debt. You know, if you haven't paid that debt off, that debt might still be there. Lord knows, who knows, but I know so many people who refi their car payments to get them down. They never pay the car off. Credit cards, if you ever had a credit card, and in this case, they had 22,000 in debt, it's going to take a long time to pay that off. And then also student loans of 30,000. So I'm just saying, not only did you pay your house off in 24, if you're doing that 30-year, you might still have some of that consumer debt or even more consumer debt at this point. Or you can compile all that together with your current mortgage and have it paid off in 7.8 years and potentially save $47,900 in interest alone, and then save some other beautiful things. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? We're going to look at, excuse me, my throat is a little weird. So we're going to actually look at the pay down summary. And when we look at the pay down summary, you can see that your 30-year is over here, and here is the loan I'm talking about, the all-in-one Home Select. So you're at 3.5% because you went ahead and did that loan 5 years ago. But over here, you have an effective APR of 2.015. What that means is that this loan would have to be at 2.015 to be comparable to this loan. And then, you know, that's going to be hard because then you have to refinance and put all that debt in there and stuff. And where can you find a 2.015 loan today and pay off your debt? Even a 3.5% doesn't exist today, right? So anyway, wanted to share that with you, which is pretty phenomenal. The other thing I want to show you is what's called wealth accumulation. I actually love this. If you know me, I love to try to set people up for financial freedom later. Not a financial planner, I get it. I've done well with myself and just learning over the many, many years that I have existed in the world today. So what this is showing you is that 3.5% mortgage payment is 1,636. So what they're saying is after your 95th payment, right? You've paid off this loan, the 7.8 years, you've paid this loan off potentially. Then if you took that 1,636 and kept investing it at a 5% rate somewhere, wherever you choose, you could potentially have an extra 494,572 in your pocket after 290 more months, which is around, I think, 26 years. I could be wrong, but 290 months. So basically almost the rest of the term that a 30-year would have been. So anyway, that's the point, is that not only could you pay your house off and in this pay your debt off, the consumer debt, you can also then, for the duration of the 30 years, which you were willing to do anyway, is take only the principal and interest payment, not taxes or anything, not your other savings, but actually take that and invest it at something that gave you 5%, which is very reasonable, and come up with almost $500,000 in your pocket potentially. So, I mean, that's what I think people don't see, is that you can have your money work for you instead of the bank. The bank doesn't win, you win. You continue to win, which is beautiful. So also wanted to show you, let's see, I wanted to show you the pay down table. So the pay down table shows that what happens in month 1, month 2, month 3. I want to go 2 years out, 24 months in. This is a line of credit in first lien position. It has a bonus to it. What that means is not only did you pay $59,000 potentially down on your principal with this loan compared to your 30-year fixed, which would only have touched 17,458, you then potentially still have equity to utilize. So this loan was at 320, you owe 260 now. And so you have 40, 50, $60,000 approximately that you have as a reserve emergency fund if you needed it, or something else. Maybe you needed a car, maybe yours broke down, who knows? But you have opportunity to use this line of credit, not for 10 years, not for 20 years, but for 30 years. It's a 30-year line of credit. It does reduce after 10 years, and it keeps reducing slowly at to 30, and 30 it's done if you still have it and you still use it. However, that's amazing. And your house value, you're just utilizing your home to help situate all of your debts and get rid of them so that you can be what I would call financially free. Up to you. I don't know what you call it, but that's what I would call it. A pretty nice thing. So that's 7.8 years you'd be paying this loan off versus 24.2 that you have left on it. Super amazing. I can't share enough how life changing potentially this loan could be for you. And so I want to show you something else. You say, well, you know what? I'm a little scared of this loan. I don't know it. I'm not sure about having a checking account and all my money going into here. So, I just want to go ahead and get a 30-year fixed at 6% interest, cash out refi. I'll just pay it all off and keep it for 30 years, right? Well, let's take a look at that. You put that 10,000 down just like before. Now, what happens here is kind of magic. You pay it off even a little faster, potentially at 6.9 years, right? But now look what you've saved, $193,241, right?
Wow.
Is now you're into a 6 year. I know, it's just crazy, crazy. If you really want to just throw away potentially $193,000, I'm open. Hello. I mean, really, I want to help you help yourself. I want you to see the beauty in this. That wealth accumulation again. So now your payment, because you refinanced at 6, is 2,000. If you saved it at 5% somewhere, again, I'm not a financial planner, you now have 685,000 for your retirement fund or whatever fund when you decide to utilize that money at some point in time in your life, right? Maybe you can retire early. I have 2 clients that are doing this loan because they want to retire early. They want to be retired in 5 to 7 years, and it works for them. Can you imagine? Can you imagine coming out of high school and then college? You've been working, put your money away, you put your money down, and all of a sudden you get this loan at maybe age 25, and maybe it's 10 years to pay it off potentially in there. Oh my God, at 35, you own a home free and clear. You know what you could do with that? Whether you're growing and getting another home because you have kids and children and wife and stuff, or whether you just simply like Warren Buffett stay in that house for the rest of your life and just sock your money away and just have a lot of money when you choose to retire. Just you have choices, you guys. You have choices. That's my whole point. Choices, man. And you have a choice not to do this loan. You have a choice to spend your money versus live below your means. You have a lot of choices in life. It's easy to do, and it's also easy not to do. Jim Rohn, love him. That's what he used to always say. It's very easy to do, but it's also very easy not to do it. So anyway, I wanted to show you all these beautiful things. I'm just checking here to see, and I just want to remind you on the first scenario at 3.5, where we pay your debt off, you're going to have an extra when this loan is over in the 7.8 months, right? Or in the first scenario that we showed you, 7.8 years, excuse me. You're going to still have not only the 1,600 you were able to save because you were living below your means, which is great, an additional almost $1,400 every month. Plus, of course, your house is paid off and then mortgage. So, oh my stars. Just see what you could potentially do moving forward for yourself. That's crazy. They were only looking at 1,600 invested. You could easily put more money away and invest that with someone who understands financial planning and move forward. So anyway, I don't know if I missed anything, Melissa. And again, an example, this is just showing you simulator that we can do. The rates aren't guaranteed, none of that. This is simply showing you that the way this type of loan works, it really works. All right. It's every night at midnight they sweep. So when your paycheck goes in, let's say it's, I don't know, $4,000, over it goes, and down your balance goes, the next paycheck down. When you use the money to pay your taxes and your insurance, or if you have bills, you have food and so on, and you take that out. We showed that there was, I think, $2,900 for food and gas and so on. You take that out, and then the next month your money goes in. It's taking all of that into an account. So your money goes down, you bring a little back, down, a little back, down. It's just amazing, amazing. So, all right, Melissa, what did I miss or what did I forget?
Gosh, I think that was a good summary of it. If anyone is watching this and you want to see how this works for your own particular scenario, if you're thinking of refinancing, or this works for a purchase too, right, Kathy?
Oh yeah, purchase, refi, cash out refi,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Investment, even investments. Can you
Mhm.
imagine if you use this for your investment, you guys, and you put all the rental money in there? Dang, it's just
Oh,
it's
yeah. Great for an
phenomenal.
investment.
You can have three, but only one in each category. Because you can have owner occupied, you can have a second home, and you can have one investment. So you can have three of them, but only one in each category at a time. That's You only need one. It's really great. So yeah, and can you imagine when things go crazy and we were showing you the pay down table, all of a sudden you might have, money. So here it's paid off, but if you only owe 80,000 and it was a 320, you got, I don't know, 200 some odd thousand available to you. And maybe you want to buy a second home. You could buy it maybe potentially with this and use the line of credit, um, anyway, opportunities that come around, you could utilize the line of credit for those opportunities. So anyway, again, I'm not a financial planner or anything. I get excited by this loan. So give us a call, 509-999-6464. My name is Kathy, mortgage loan officer for, like I said, 30 years this year. So let me chat. Let me talk to you. Let's see what we can do. All good, Melissa?
Yeah, we're good to go. And if you have any questions, if you didn't catch us live, still feel free to put a comment or send us a DM. We will keep on checking those. And yeah, please reach out about this home select. It's a super, super cool loan.
It is amazing. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.